Although about a man who has decided to end his life, Taste of Cherry is a movie about life more than it is about death. It follows Mr. Badir, who we don't know much about, except that he has decided to end his life and is now looking for someone to help him with his mission. Someone to secretly bury him the next day if he's dead, or help him out if he's still alive. On his journey to find this person, he drives around Tehran. He talks to different people who all offer different perspectives based on their age, religious background, and life experience. One might argue that the three people he talks to represent the three stages of life and the kind of relationship we usually have with death during each of these stages. As the youngest of them runs away when hearing about Mr. Badia's plan to end his life, which can represent how disconnected we are from death at that age and how even hearing about it makes us uncomfortable to the point of running away. The middle-aged man listens and kind of understands Mr. Badia's suffering as he knows one thing or two about pain, but he still can't give him an answer or a solution. He tries to argue that Mr. Badia's decision is wrong, uses religion to try and change Mr. Badia's mind, but Mr. Badia argues back that only he knows how he feels and what he's been through, and that no matter how much empathy others can have for him, they can never be in his shoes and feel what he feels. And the old man talks about his experience with pain, and how he too almost ended his life in the past, but is now happy to have changed his mind, all thanks to the sweet taste of cherries, which reminded him of how many pleasures there is to life, and how he still wishes to experience them again. Mr. Badia is mostly affected by the old man. He even goes back to him again after having dropped him off, maybe kind of hoping that he tells him something else, something that will persuade him to change his mind. But the old man doesn't. He just confirms that he will be checking up on him the next day like promised. I couldn't understand this scene at first. I couldn't understand why the old man couldn't have said something. But after a while, it made sense to me. As sometimes wisdom comes out of some people at random times, but when we go to those same people seeking that same wisdom, it might not work. At the end of the day, they're just human too. They have their jobs and things going on of their own. It's at the end up to us to solve our problems and to decide what is the right thing to do. After that interaction comes a scene in which Mr. Badia sits down to watch the sunset for what could be the last time. He looks up to the pink sky. There's a plane, there are some kids playing football nearby, bird noises can be heard, a cat could be seen too. He just sits there, surrounded by life, a life that no other man would be able to see with as much depth as a dying man. Could this be for Mr. Badia what the taste of cherries was to the old man? Could this be what makes him change his mind? Does he change his mind? Well, does it matter? Abbas Kiarostami is known for his slow, meditative style, and Taste of Cherry is no exception. The film is slow, some shots are repetitive, just like how life is. This pace allows time for reflection, for moments of silence, and for the audience to sit with their thoughts. When asked about the space, Kiarostami has stated in the past that he does not mind if his films put viewers to sleep, believing that the experience of watching should be a personal and organic one. He once said, "Some films make people sleep, but that sleep might be exactly what they need. When you sleep during a film, you're still in its presence, in its atmosphere." To him, slowness was not a flow but a feature, inviting audiences to engage with the film in their own way, much like taking a long contemplative walk where the journey matters more than the destination. In this film, this deliberate slowness enhances the film's themes, making us feel the weight of time and existence just as Mr. Badia does. While different people might have different theories about what actually happens to the protagonist at the end, I believe that that's not the point of the film. I believe the film is not even about Mr. Badia. The film is about us. By getting to experience life through the eyes of Mr. Badia, who we know may be experiencing it for the last time, we are taken for a trip to rediscover what life is about, to see how big the little things are for someone who may not have them soon. This beautiful cinematic poem is an invitation for us to fall in love with life again and to learn to appreciate its sweet cherries and colorful sunsets. That's why I believe the ending works, as life continues either way. No matter if Mr. Badia makes it or not, you the viewer have made it. You are still here. You still get to enjoy life, you still get to enjoy nature, you still get to watch movies and enjoy the taste of cherries, and that's what matters.